I'm gonna just introduce y'all real quick and then bring y'all in. What up, y'all? How you feel? How you feel? It's Merch Life J, motivational, inspirational speaker for parentpreneurs across the globe. This is Motivision episode number 35, man. And what we do at Motivision is we bring life to the dead through knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, establishing the original man's rightful place as the dominant society in the universe, starting with planet Earth. And I have a couple of very profound guests today, man. We're talking with Project Jobe about business, about life, and about what Project Jobe is, man. So if you fellas could introduce yourself real quick.
Well, I'm Dorian. I'm the president of Project Jobe, and
Willie, you can call me Will, vice president of Project Jobe.
we just here to spread the message, spread the word, and see what's going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So where is it at? There we go. Let me get that applause in because we gotta give y'all the glory for what y'all doing, man. It's a lot of black men out here that aren't using they superpowers for good, man. And I see y'all doing nothing but good. So clap it up for y'all, man. So what is Project Jobe for the people that don't know?
So Project Jobe is pretty much it's an initiative to really help children be more well informed before they become a adult in the eyes of the law. So any type of information concerning credit, stock, entrepreneurship, we want you to learn about how to learn about further education, just pretty much learn about community service, learn about how to operate under certain guidelines before you leave high school, and pretty much also we're here to fund the children as well, so help them collect a couple dollars as well to learn about money maintenance. So in the 30 seconds, just in that's what Project Jobe is, and we're trying to expand a little bit more, but at the moment this is like the epitome of who we are.
Yeah, we always gotta start from somewhere, and why not start with the kids? I think everything really starts with the kids. There's a saying that it's easier to build a strong child than it is to repair a broken man. You feel me? So you gotta start with the kids. It all starts with the kids. Not saying the grown-ups don't matter, but grown-ups be stuck in their ways sometimes. So you start when you're young, and it just transitions into the rest of your life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I totally agree with that, man. What made you guys want to get started with this though? Like, because I feel like you had plenty of options. You could have, like some people do, only worried about you and yours, but you decided to worry about the community. And what instilled that? Because that's like that's a hard attribute to find. You feel me? They say it's like 1 in every 100 people that do that. So what made y'all want to worry about other people, the community, and not just yourselves?
Way smooth, Will. I'll let you.
We look at it like this. It's a lot of people nowadays don't give. They always worried about receiving. And how you gonna receive something if you don't give? And that's what we all about. That's what Project Jobe is all about, and that's what us as men are all about. We give. We don't look to receive. If we receive something, we totally blessed for it. But the way we think to make this world better and make us better as men and anybody else better is to give knowledge. What's the point of having all this knowledge if we can't give it away and teach? And that's really what it is. You gotta give to these kids and give to the kids and build the foundation for the future.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a great answer, man, because I think it said, I don't know if it's in the Bible, but my mom, she a preacher. She always used to say, I have because I give, therefore I give because I have. So that's like the same principle. And I believe that too, man. Like even when you sacrifice, you end up getting more than what you passed up. You know what I'm saying? Like even on the bottom level of it, when you okay with waiting, she normally act crazy the first time. But yeah, that's another subject. That's another subject. Hold on. But yeah, man, I'm gonna have to cut that out. My daughter asking me questions and stuff. But
listen, we about the kids. Listen, let her come in, learn about the project.
Yeah, right. She only 3, but yeah. So what is the project is it for, like, what are the age groups that can be involved, and how would someone go about donating or being involved as a what is it, like a sponsor, I should say, right?
Yeah. So where the age group is 13 to 18, we want kids to actually know what they're doing. We don't want them to forget about this like a little like you took a karate class or something and you know it was just something you did. It's definitely meant to be applied, and it's not meant to just be just you know shown, exposed to, and then you forget about it. Like I'm pretty sure nobody knows how to do you know algebra at age 25 in high school when they learned at 14, 15. You know, that's nothing that's been applied, but this is something that you should use, you know, in life as you keep going. So our goal is for this to be an applicable science that you use through life. So we're definitely trying to stay in touch with everybody that touches Project Jobe, because this is you know a lifetime experience. We're here to gather family. You know, everybody, you know, needs somebody.
Yes, man. I love that. I love that. That's awesome. And what made like when you so your origin story before Project Jobe, right? Like how did y'all meet? How did y'all become who you are? Like what did y'all do before this? And you know, like where did it where is the beginning at? I want to know about when Spider-Man got bit by the spider. You mean?
Got it.
We could tap on both pieces. No, I'll let you go.
Well, this is my cousin right here. You know me? So we've been around each other for some time, and we before Project Jobe, you know, we doing the regular, you know, 9 to 5. We still doing the regular 9 to 5, you know, but we trying to use our 9 to 5 to come up out of that. You know, we got families, and we trying to spend the most time with our families as possible. Right. You know, and we trying to capitalize on us. So when we thought of Project Jobe, you know, it's a nonprofit, so we ain't getting no bread for it. We giving our own bread. And just like you said about the about giving, you know, when you give, you receive more, and that's how we think about it. You know, you can touch on something.
Just touching on that. Yeah, we've had a lot of conversations. I mean, we typically talk like multiple times a day, like just since I don't know how long, but pretty much how we came up with this is just based upon we wanted to just get into business. And first, we both businessmen, but that's one of the purposes of why we wanted to do this. And we was just thinking about how can we help the community? How can we like make a difference? Because a lot of businesses are about, you know, profit, and we wanted to make sure we could profit the community, you know, make a big difference, you know, and we came up with this idea, you know, how we can help the kids. And we was just thinking about every business is a business to make money. And we were trying to help give knowledge, help, you know, give money, help kids, you know, change their lives, because a lot of kids, you know, come out, they don't know a thing about credit. They don't know anything about what stock is. You know, he the master of stock. I can help you with some credit things or whatever. Like, you know, a lot of us don't know that, you know, there's no such thing as a master entrepreneur. You got to just keep growing as yourself. You know, Jay, we know that you know, you've been in the business world as well. And, you know, it comes with its mountains and downfalls. And, you know, there's just so many things, you know, what you're investing in when you do further education. Because sometimes you might be just getting into school because you don't want to let your parents down because of pressure, you know, outside pressure, and you don't actually know what you're doing. So you already put yourself in the hole, and you don't really know. I heard you say something before on my godbrother's interview, Darian. You said that this is a systemic, like I guess kind of like practices that's going on in schools, and you just diving in because you see other people just jumping off the cliff to go in there, and you don't like, unless you're about to be a lawyer or a doctor, like it doesn't technically like touch your life like directly, and you're literally just blind, like just hoping you can find something in the end. So
that's true. Because I feel like it don't make sense for you to go to school and pay all of this money that you're gonna have to owe back if you don't have a plan on even how you're gonna make the money to pay it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, who comes to a person that says, "Yo, let me borrow 105,000," and then the person is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you 105,000," without knowing nothing else.
And you 17, 18, 19 years old.
Exactly.
Your parents like this is the way, but they got a regular.
They not knowing the behind the scenes. You know, like where we come from, we ain't never seen 100K. You feel me? So for us to go to school and someone tell us, yeah, I'm gonna give you 100K to go to school, and we just like, well, growing up, all I heard was college. So we trying to give you.
Yeah, it's the point where if you don't go to college, you feel like you missed out or you a failure at something.
Yeah,
like,
there's other options out there.
And if you really pay attention, to the successful people out in the world, most of the successful people were entrepreneurs. But there's no, and it doesn't technically need to be a class. If you find the businesses we work for, McDonald's, Apple, if you think of Oprah, or you think of Tyler Perry, or you think of any black entrepreneur in the community, Ice Cube, these were entrepreneurs that became businesses. They didn't go through a business and then they became so rich. I said before on my Instagram that like every business has a cap that they'll pay you. They even have a cap. They already have a blueprint on how much they'll pay you before you die. They'll say, this is going to be your retirement plan. This is how much you could potentially make here. And the ceiling, every business has a ceiling for how much they'll actually, give you.
Yeah,
so even in that stance, you literally have to be a business. So your cap has no ceiling, or you'll just always be boxed in. And that's literally what boxed in. I'm going to be a police officer, and the most money I can make at the peak of my powers is maybe $120,000, maybe $130,000. And I'm not saying that's not a lot of money. Right. But how many years do you have to put in to get to that $130,000? They start you at what, $50,000?
Like 40, 50K.
Yeah, 40, 50.
That's ridiculous because you risking your life as a police officer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A firefighter and things of that nature. It's like, dang, they should get paid more. Like they should be getting paid what the doctors and lawyers is getting. But teachers trying to become
work at colleges and stuff like that, and they start you off at $25,000, $30,000 an hour. $30,000 a year,
and that's crazy for like teachers.
And you put in more, and you put 20, 30 years in just to be like, now I make 60 or 70 or 80,000. I'm not saying that's not a good amount of money, but you got to put that many years in when you could have been an entrepreneur while you're still doing that, and you probably would have made more money and realized that in 2 to 3 years if you were committed to that. How much money you're really, the difference.
And then to keep it all the way real on top of keeping it real, when you add inflation into that 30 years, the 60,000 is the same as the 40,000 you was making 20 years ago. So it's like, damn, the cheeseburgers is now $2.99 instead of $1. So yeah, bro, I definitely feel that, man. I definitely feel that. And my next question would be, when y'all have a child and they get involved with the program, what's the protocol? How are they compensated, and what are the stipulations of staying within the program?
Okay, so I got a couple things I can say, but you can go with. So we the stipulations of that is we're not just going to put a child in the program and say, okay, you're in the program now, and of course you're gonna grow with us, but there's stuff that you have to do also, just like in the real world. There's stuff you're gonna have to do, to keep those things. So we're gonna require you to keep is it a B average?
Keep a B average in school.
Keep a B average in school.
You gotta retain 60% of what we. So pretty much you gotta retain 60% of what we also gave. So we gave you $50. Was it 40 or 60? It was 60.
60.
So if we gave you $50 for the month, you got to at least have $30 come next month if you want another $50. Because if not, we're gonna give you 20%. Of that, because you got to learn money. This is a part of money maintenance. Money management. And this is a program to save your life from those financial pitfalls, because the reason this is called Project
Habits is definitely a joint in our community.
Yeah, like
definitely a joint.
There's people that make so much money. You feel me? I always think it's not about how much money you make, or how much money you keep. There's people that's making 20 bands out here, but they probably saving like 15. And people think the more you make, the more you can spend. Sometimes you gotta live below your means.
And we don't support drug dealers by any stance, but if you think of drug dealers, they're still entrepreneurs. They're out doing 9 to 5s, getting like instant capital every day. So some of them aren't as committed, and they just like, oh, this is my side hustle, and this is not to throw a light on that world. It's to show you that an entrepreneur, even in that stance, you might not know drug dealers who making millions because they committed to that lifestyle. Like any lifestyle you commit to, you can get something out of that, but there's a
Like
catch.
even when I was selling oils, I was collecting cash every single day. If I wasn't managing the cash properly, come the first of the month, I'm shit out of luck. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with that. You got to be able to manage that. And I think that's an awesome stipulation because you have some kids that'll be like, what? I'm getting what a month? I'm about to go buy everything right now. And then they broke the day after you gave it to them. So that's awesome that you put that in place because that's going to allow children to get taught the things that you and I weren't taught. And I wasn't taught money management. I had to learn that the hard way. You feel me? I don't know about y'all.
Money management.
Well, this is what we want, as many kids, because the initial. So anybody who has a kid, and I know my partner was about to say something, but we need kids to come in. Like whoever's here, the May 1st is the beginning. We probably got 2 or 3 kids to start out that we're gonna that are initially starting this. But once kids know about it, it's gonna snowball heavy. That's why we need sponsors. That's why we need people to really touch in. And I don't want, and I want anybody who's gonna come up. But we also want the right help because we can get sponsored by people that got 9 to 5s. But this is also none of these proceeds go to us. This is all going to them. So we're just trying to help them be profitable. And you do need funds as a business to be to sustain yourself. But we plan on going to schools this year. I actually have a school already in place, but we plan on going to schools this year. That's why we're trying to get this petition signed for 1,000 signatures. We need like kids to come in. We need we need the kids. Like that's the part of it. That's the biggest part of this whole process.
Because that greed factor, like you said, with the snowball, that's going to cause corporations, that's going to cause school districts, that's going to cause states and cities and things like that to donate and to sponsor as well. And I believe that the inner city is what really needs that because it's not just about, oh, we paying you so that you can continue to succeed in school. And it's an incentive that I believe that children will understand, that children will relate to, because nobody really, like, come on now, when we was teenagers, we ain't really care about grades. The only reason we cared about grades was because of our parents did. You know what I'm saying? Like at that age, you don't care about grades, but when you put it in a way that a child can understand, like, bro, you can get that Xbox game if you keep them A's up. Now it's like, all right, I definitely want that new 2K. I'm gonna go to class. You understand me? And then the parents, they're gonna want to sponsor because they see something positive within their child, not within just the Project Jobe, but they see that the positivity coming out of their child because of Project Jobe. So I think it's perfect, bro. And like I said before, I would love to be a sponsor. Where can you become a sponsor at though?
We have the GoFundMe.
We got the GoFundMe.
We got the GoFundMe in the on the Instagram in the bio. That's where we be taking donations. As far as sponsors, what you get?
We want the sponsors. We want businesses, but we want real people as sponsors as well, because we believe that the people make the difference, and we're not bigger than business, but we also are real people, and we need the people's help just as we need business help, because this is a business that we want to take beyond this year. This isn't just an idea. This is something that's for right now and for tomorrow and next year and whatever like the case may be. We got the licenses, and we got outlines of what people may need. We had people say before, oh yeah, send me this and send me that, and that was the end of that. We want people to participate, active participation, because you never know the right people. He could talk about his business. As you see, he got the merchant right now. Project Jobe and Too Much to Lose started at the same time. Yep. And he has multiple businesses. Like I got the Daily Knockout, but mine hasn't touched down yet, but it's coming this month. But ultimately, we're saying that his thing took off because his is a sell of like
meaning.
Yeah.
So what is Too Much to Lose? Is that a clothing line?
Yeah, it's a clothing brand that me and my fiance started back in, I want to say like late January, early February. Um, it's Too Much to Lose. I think you might follow. I think you might
He
follow the
does.
page. I
He
think
does.
yeah.
He does.
So
I probably do,
uh,
bro. I follow like 5,000 pages. I don't even sometimes I don't even be knowing because I just create content. I don't really scroll.
got you. But yeah, Too Much to Lose. Right now we got the hats, got the hoodies, got the shirts. And I feel like in like the business we got. We have this business with a meaning, and so is my business. Too Much to Lose. Who don't got nothing to lose? There's people out here risking their freedom, risking their lives. Like you about to go do something to somebody, and you got your family back home that love you. And if you get caught up, now what? You just lost your family. And I feel like Too Much to Lose can touch on so many broad subjects. Not just it can touch on people that's might be overweight. Might be dealing with weight. Your family don't want to see you in a casket. Because you obese. So it's just we touch on so many subjects with Too Much to Lose, and I feel like it's not even about the clothes. Honestly, it's about the message behind it. Because when me and my fiance make these clothes and we have people wear it, we want you to know like there's meaning on your shirt.
And it could go as far as not just like the closing go as far as like too much to lose for your school,
Yes.
or too much to lose like for not going to jail, too much to lose for like your finances going and like
Yep.
or spiritually,
Yeah,
or
your kids, your wife,
yeah,
anything.
And that's
People.
that's an awesome name because it's interchangeable. And that's the
Yes.
key to branding from a marketing standpoint because marketing is like two sides. You got the branding and then you got like because branding is what other people think of the company, right?
Right.
And then the advertisement is what you think of the company that you want to project for other people to think. So with a name like that, you can't do nothing but win because like you said, it could be I got it on in the gym because I'm trying to lose weight, or I got it on the block because I'm trying to get other people to understand they shouldn't be doing what I just finished doing,
Yep.
or I'm you know what I'm saying, or I'm wearing the hat because too much to lose. I don't want to I don't want to step back into my old life. It's so many different ways that you can that you can market that brand, and I really respect that, bro, because that's so awesome that the name is that like it's interchangeable, so you can't do nothing but win, man.
that's
And
actually that's actually his message for too much to lose, because he said the people that he used to associate himself with, they said they can't believe who he is today, or they're not, or not believe, but they don't accept. Like, I really know you, and you're like, yeah, you knew who I was, but you don't know who I am today.
Right.
tell
Kind
people
of
that all
thing.
the
So that's
time,
like
like,
his motto for.
ooh, that's
Forward.
fire.
Forward.
Yeah, if you knew me in 2019, like I tell people all the time, if you met me before 2020, you don't know the bull.
And it's like the people you used to be cool with, you can't even rock with them no more because you're not the same person. And that's a good thing. The stuff that we used to be into, we're not doing that no more. We onto something better.
We
And that's
level
a
up.
part of growth,
Right.
man. If you lose anybody out of growth, they wasn't supposed to be here anyway. Just think about a plant. When a plant gets to a certain age, it needs to be trimmed. You got to cut it, or it's not going to continue to grow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even in nature, when a butterfly, when it turns into a butterfly, it's at the ground level. The caterpillar can't do nothing but crawl. You feel me? And you ain't in the caterpillar stage no more. You done stepped to the side, went in your cocoon, and evolved in your own space where you had privacy at. Just like a seed, when you plant a seed, it needs to be in the dark for it to germinate. It needs nothing. It can't nobody see it. Can't nobody, man. When Jesus was 12 years old, why did the Bible always skip from 12 to 33? Why? Because that part of the story nobody needs to know. That's the part when he was in the cocoon, when he was turning into what he was going to become. You see what I'm saying? So it's several different examples for that. That's awesome though, bro. That's lit. I
I
love
was
it.
just talking to my fiance last night about, like, I love that you said Jesus, because we was talking about, like, we was talking about going to a church and, talking our message for Too Much to Lose inside of a church. And it's like, that could go for a church also, because when people come to church and gather, everyone is there for prayer, but for different reasons. Everyone might be going through something in their life, but everyone is there hearing the preacher saying the same thing, and it means something different to everybody. And,
Ooh,
that's how we come in with Too Much to Lose. When you got too much to lose, just because it means something to you and something to somebody else and something to somebody else, it's a circle. It all comes together.
Full circle. Yeah. So
yes, sir.
and just to touch on what you said, just for his too much to lose. Like speaking to church, I got two different things, but for the too much to lose, I definitely think that it's hard for people to digest who you are now because they knew who you, and it may be recent in their mind. Like you, I was just talking to my cousin recently, and I was just like, you may feel like you may have worked out 2 weeks ago, but it may be so fresh in your mind, yeah, I just worked out. Like it's in your mind, but you may have really, but the reality is the space that grew between this time that you worked out and the last time that you worked out versus this person that you knew and the person that you're seeing right now, it might not quantify, like it might not like compute with you. Just like, I know you though. You like, yeah, you knew me. And it's different. And to touch on something else with the church, Project Jobe came from the Bible because Job is in the Bible. And I was trying to express to you that
y'all added the E on it, but I understand it though.
Yeah, because people would think it's Project Job if we didn't put the E on it. So that's what we're helping people with the pronunciation. But Job, it was a wealthy man in the Bible, and one day Satan came amongst the angels to God, and he was pretty much saying that there's none in the earth
anything but kill him.
There's none in the earth that was worthy. And God said, "Have you seen my servant Job?" And he said, you have all this protection around him. He'll curse you if 1, 2, 3. So he said you could do whatever you need to, just don't take his life. So he went down and he killed all his cattle. That was like his cars, his bank accounts, and nowadays, or they took his clothes and stuff like that. And then the next time he went back up to God and he was like, he said, "Have you still seen my servant Job?" And, he said, he pretty much told him, he said, he only serves you because of his family, pretty much, or whatever like that. So he went down, he took his family, he killed his family except for his wife, his children, everything like that. And he went back up to him a third time. He said, he's like, "Have you seen my servant Job?" And he said, and Satan said, "He'll curse you, skin for skin, bone for bone." He said, "Don't take his life." So he went back down and he gave him scales. I forgot what it's called.
It's not leprosy, is it?
Leprosy. He gave him leprosy, and so he started skinning, peeling off the scales or whatever off his body. And his wife and his friends came up to him. He said, "Why don't you just die and curse God?" And he said, "Into this world I came naked, naked I shall go," or something like that. And he shaved his head. And he was pretty much telling his wife and his friends he said that pretty much God will always be good regardless of my situation or whatever like that. And he pretty much lost everything, and he was already a wealthy man in society's standpoint. Yeah. But God doubled everything he had because he committed to God and not to anything else. And ultimately in Project Jobe, a lot of us are already down real bad. And these kids coming out of high school and they still down, and we trying to prevent that down. And we trying to make sure that they hit this high because Job was already high and he lost everything, and God doubled everything he had. If you just trust in God, and then there's a process you got to trust, and we're trying to we love, me and my brother, me and my cousin, we both believe in God, but I'm just saying ultimately, I feel like, God is where we got this out of, because God is a giver. And, and this is why we're trying to give to kids, because, the Bible says, that we were made in his image. And, this is us being God-like, because God loves to give. He's a giver, and this is a part of it. We want to prevent that downfall for all these kids going out being blindsided by credit.
And from a secular standpoint, you gotta be able to understand that. Like I said before, when it comes to sacrifice, you're gonna receive more. And I think that from my interpretation of the story, the devil was like, "Bro, he don't rock with you. He only rock with you because you gave him all this stuff." And God was like, "Prove it. Go take everything from him. You just can't kill him. Watch him still rock with me." And then the devil was like, "I'm about to snatch all of that. I'm gonna take all of that from him. I'm gonna torture your children and kill them. I'm gonna do all of that." And then Job was like, "Bro, God's still gonna be good regardless. I'm still good. I'm gonna be good. I was good before this. I was good during this, and I'm gonna be good after this." And then the devil was like, "Dang, I can't break this man." Went back to God and was like, "You know what, bro? You was right." And then God was like, man, I knew I was right the whole time. Now I'm about to shower him with 10 times what he already had.
Now here come the
10
blessings.
toes down. You feel me? So that's how I interpret it. You feel me? And I definitely agree with you, man. I definitely agree. That's an awesome name. Like, you couldn't have picked a better name. You feel me? That's super powerful, bro. I thank you for explaining it on that level too, because I got viewers that's going to look at it and be like, oh man, it's biblical. And then after I said what I just said, they're going to be able to really get, you know what I mean? Get it. Like, don't worry about the messenger, worry about the message. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I appreciate that, man. Is it something you had to say though? You was about to say something.
Oh, no, I'm good. I touched on it.
No, I was just it's and I want people to know that this isn't even a religious standpoint, or we're trying to make you like believe in God. This is more of, we're here to enlighten you, and and as us from our standpoint, base standpoint, my cousin just started really getting into God, but I was planted in God since I was little, and we both believe in God, and like I said before, this is we are shadows of God. We are when we doing what we're supposed to do, we are emulating the light, and to even make something more clear about like representing somebody else. When somebody says your son look just like you, or he they kind of remember, that's foreshadowing. That's almost like like that light right there. You are who you were made from, you know what I mean? And we're trying to like, do our part, so.
Thanks, man. That's super awesome, man. And so where can they follow y'all? Where can they like the page and all that stuff? Y'all got a channel on YouTube. Where can they come support social media wise?
We on Instagram at Project Jobe.
You can lay them all out.
We gonna lay them all out. We on Instagram at Project Jobe. You can follow my business page at toommuch.tolose. And we got so many. Got your page
at the hot topic.
The Daily Knockout.
Will JD3.
My personal Instagram, Will JD3. Every page it's a business page. We businessmen, and we just having it all come together.
Well, I will say that our just to clean it, our bio in Project Jobe is exactly how I spelled Project Jobe with an E on the end, has all our plugs and links underneath, and you can follow us, spread through there. Like I said,
I got a link tree in here or an easy tree.
Listen, we might need to work on that.
Yeah.
But I will say, if this is the close, I will say that please, if you out there and if you listening to us, you may be the difference for us to really take off. Maybe your social media, whoever you are out there, man, woman, our peers, you might be the difference for us, man. And we definitely try to make the difference for the kids. And we would appreciate if anybody could tap in and show support. Like I said before, you may be the difference, whoever you are out there, even if it's one or two people. You might have people that want to support, you know what I mean? So we saying, you may be the difference. The 1 to 100 to 1,000 people, whoever you are, you might be the difference for us to really change a whole bunch of kids' lives, and not just a little bit of kids. They between 13 to 18. You may be the difference, and we need all the support. Like I said before, if you know somebody that could be a part of it, cool. But if you want to be a sponsor, if you want to be a brand ambassador, like, just tap in. We accessible. Hit us whenever. So like I said before, you may be the difference, because we don't have sponsors right now. So guess where the money coming from? Guess where the money coming from? We doing this.
Yeah, man. So basically, y'all, even if you not about to be a sponsor, you posting something from Project Jobe, or you speaking about it at your church, at your job, in the locker room, at the gym, that is you supporting, because you might get it in the ear of somebody that could take it to the next level, that could change the entire situation. You might be the reason that Oprah hears about it. You might be the reason that, I don't know, a rich and famous person be like, you know what, I'm gonna just dump 100,000 into that because I like the idea, I like what they doing. You feel me? So in any way, shape, or form that you can support, man, support Project Jobe. If you support Merch Life J, support Project Jobe. Get excited about that, man. And you already know. Go follow them. Go like their page, man. Go blow their notifications up. You already know, man. I'm Merch Life J, motivational, inspirational speaker for parentpreneurs across the globe. And this is episode 35 of the Motivision podcast, man. It was nice chatting with you fellas. Peace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.